I have said this all season, BC. My Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standings.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese. Look,
really tight, but when you look at where the teams are, and I also went a little deeper and I looked at plus minus, and I also look at net rating. And when you look at that, Angel Reese has to get the nod.
ESPN analysts Monica McNutt and Carolyn Peck, who had been pretty silent about Caitlin Clark's insane rookie season, are finally coming around. And not long ago, they were straight up ignoring her. Back in July, McNutt chose Angel Reese as her pick for WNBA Rookie of the Year. Why? Because the Chicago Sky had a slightly better record than Clark's Fever at the time.
I have said this all season, BC. My Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standings.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese. Look, the double-double streak that she's rocking and rolling, chasing down, 12 double-doubles to start is the record that spanned over 2 seasons. She's already gotten to 11. I think when you sit back and you look at what's around her, head coach Teresa Weatherspoon in her first year, there's not another #1 draft pick on that roster currently. There's not another all-star on that roster currently from years past.
Then Peck chimed in with her own endorsement of Reese, praising her for putting up grown woman numbers. She didn't think Clark was on that level yet. Bold move, right?
If you had to log your vote today, who would your Rookie of the Year be in the WNBA?
I mean, it is a thin line. It's really tight. But when you look at where the teams are, and I also went a little deeper and I looked at plus minus, and I also look at net rating. And when you look at that, Angel Reese has to get the nod. Angel Reese has to do the dirty work. I have said it's not sexy to have to battle and rebound inside and where you've got to do the blue-collar work. But this is a player that has come in as a rookie and is putting up grown woman numbers. 12 double-doubles in a row. I mean, in one season. So when you see a young woman come in like that and do that, I would have to give the nod with her efficiency rating and also the plus minus.
Enter Shannon Sharpe. The NFL legend didn't hold back, calling them out with, "Where's all that talk now?" He pointed out that they had gone quiet just as Caitlin Clark started running away with the Rookie of the Year race, and he wasn't done. Sharpe hit them with, "I want y'all to keep that same energy now that Clark's proving everyone wrong." Boom.
There's a lot of women that was on ESPN that had a lot to say earlier about this. They gone quiet now.
You say they quiet?
Y'all quiet now. Now I want somebody to send that to you because you know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna call your name, but you know who you are. Y'all had a lot to say early. Y'all had a lot to say early. And if you think I'm talking to you, I am. Make no mistake about it. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. One of you was a former coach. I get a little bit more specific. Some of you played the game. Now I want y'all to have that same thing when y'all were talking. Don't get mad now.
Fast forward to last Sunday, and guess what? McNutt and Peck are changing their tune hard. During ESPN's WNBA Countdown, they couldn't stop gushing about Caitlin and the Indiana Fever. Suddenly, Clark's highlight reel is getting all the love. Peck straight up admitted that Indiana's no joke anymore, saying, "I think Indiana is a problem." And when talking about Clark's growth, she added, "Her court vision is impeccable." Oh, and don't forget that behind-the-back pass against the Sparks? Peck loved it. She's all in on the Clark hype now.
And she's a problem.
All right, so look at that next group, 5 through 7, that we know are in, and it's the Storm, Indiana, and the Phoenix Mercury. Carolyn, I come to you. Out of that group, who is the most dangerous team that you think no one in that top half wants to see right now?
In the bottom half, I think that Indiana is a problem.
Yeah.
And the way that they are playing as of late, when you look at the numbers of what Caitlin Clark has done, her improvement and how she has adjusted to the speed of the game, and her players have gotten used to playing with her. She knows how to lay it out on a dime. Her court vision is impeccable, and now her teammates are ready to catch the ball. They trust she's going to get it where it needs to be. But y'all, the favorite part of my game from Caitlin Clark, is this behind the back pass. Come on now.
Come on.
I love it. I love it. And that wasn't just one time. She does that on a frequent and drops it right there. Perfect to Aaliyah Boston.
And McNutt, she doubled down, pointing out how Clark and Aaliyah Boston have become the second best scoring duo in the league. Behind Las Vegas Aces' Wilson and Jackie Young. They're playing with joy, McNutt said, and you can feel it. The Fever are on a tear.
I believe we're a Clark-Boston connection. Those two have been the second best scoring duo in the league behind Asia Wilson and Jackie Young. It has been so incredibly efficient. The last time we were all together for the show, we talked so much about their pick and roll together. But to me, the numbers bear it out. They've been on terrific tear since the All-Star break. But it also looks like they're playing with joy. They are gelling and having fun.
Kelsey Mitchell, 25 points a game in August, had 25 in her game in September. You better watch out for her. And Lexi Hall in the starting lineup. That's a defender
group
they
is
need.
So fun to watch right now.
NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, a longtime supporter of Angel Reese, admitted his stance changed after watching Caitlin Clark dominate in a 31-point performance during Indiana's 181 win over Chicago on August 30th. In a September 5th interview with Sports Illustrated, Shaq praised Clark, saying she does everything right, and acknowledging her ability to make smart plays and handle tough situations without complaining. In fact, some analysts are even throwing her name into the MVP conversation, not just Rookie of the Year. Yeah, you heard that right, MVP.
The Indiana Fever have their first playoff berth since 2016. And, of course, the big difference is Caitlin Clark. I think she should be up for MVP. Rookie of the Year, foregone conclusion. But I think MVP. Now, value to a franchise, value to a league, getting your team in the playoffs. They had the number one pick. They were the worst team last year. And there is value that I can attach to that. Now that she is doing what she's doing and at a very high level, you know, it's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league. She's learned how to play the game.
There is no question. The race for Rookie of the Year is over. After what they did to the Sky, after they've won their fourth straight, after they're over 500, they were just 500 the other day for the first time in 2 years when they were 2-2. They doing their thing. And Caitlin Clark, last 12 games, 23.4 points or 47% shooting, second leading scorer in the entire WNBA, 10.6 assists for Caitlin Clark, leads the league. She's the league assist leader, okay? 9-3 since July 6th, third best record in the WNBA over this time behind. Caitlin Clark has been flat out balling, and she has elevated her level of play to a point. There is no debate. I understand Angel Reese has been doing a thing with the double-doubles, like 24 straight double-doubles and all of this. Major props to her, and she deserves, she's going to be number 2. But Caitlin Clark going to win Rookie of the Year. Caitlin Clark is in the conversation. But Caitlin Clark is in the conversation for league MVP. I don't know if y'all already know that, but she in the conversation.
Caitlin Clark is way better, way sooner than anybody thought. And if you think the players in this league are a little petty now, what's going to happen next year when she's maybe the best player in the league? And what's going to happen if she wins a playoff series? Remember, this is a young and ascending Indiana team. They have multiple former number 1 picks, none of them yet in their prime. This is the Taylor Swift Fearless Tour. She was a star. She won the megastar. She is now, outside of Asia Wilson, she's in an argument for the second most valuable and important player in the league. You know, player of the month. She finally got a break. She is a completely different player after the All-Star game. She went from shooting 40% to 48%. That's a different player.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. Don't get it twisted. Don't get up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. You know, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. You know, I'm just kind of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream.
As it stands, the Fever are holding down the 6th seed with a 1917 record, 2 wins behind the Storm and 2 ahead of the Mercury. And don't even get me started on their post-All-Star break run. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. This team is heating up just in time for the playoffs, where they'll be making their first appearance in 8 years. 8 years.
Go now. Clark burning up the court. Gets the bucket and one. Left shoulder.
Austin had her 11th double-double of the season, and Clark hits a three. Lexi Hull 3 on 2. Hull feeds to Clark. Right back for Lexi Hull, who buries a three.
And Caitlin, she's been nothing short of spectacular. She's averaging 19.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, and a league-leading 8.5 assists per game. Oh, and she's shooting over 42% from the field and nearly 35% from beyond the arc. This rookie is on fire.
In the corner, Boston the rebound. Clark a good look. She got it. Clark off the screen, finds some space, and delivers. It's a triple for Caitlin Clark.
She can't knock it down from up top. Tries it again from a different spot. That will connect.
The Fever are clicking. Clark's leading the charge, and don't be surprised if they make some serious noise in the playoffs. They're coming for those top teams, and with Clark at the helm, anything is possible. You ready to watch this unfold? Because this rookie and this team are just getting started.
Off the mark. Clark comes down. There's one of those long passes. Oh, little French pastry from Chelsea Mitchell.